Time now for At the Market from Neiman's Family Market in St. Clair. At the Market is brought to you by CTV Community TV for Marine City in St. Clair and Ascension River District Hospital. Now let's join our host for this week's At the Market.
Hello and welcome to another episode of At the Market here at Neiman's. This week we have Kristin Bane once again from the Schoolhouse restaurant on Harsens Island.
Hi.
And she's just been telling me about this salad. I'm going to let her tell you kind of the uniqueness of what a lot of people look at as a chef salad, but it's really not.
Yes, it's been adapted as a chef salad over the years in many restaurants, but this is the classic Maurice salad. And this was born downtown Detroit in Hudson's on Woodward there.
Where the real Santa used to be.
Where the real Santa used to be. And so this is a Michigan favorite.
It is.
And what is great about it is the salad's great, but what is so good about it is the dressing. And people think it's hard to make. We were just talking about dressings and how easy they really are, and that you should really be making your own at home because it saves on sugar and
it does, and salt,
preservatives and salt and all of that, but it always makes the salad so good.
It does.
But this dressing is versatile where you can take this dressing and use it on a potato salad. So you could make this, have it for salads, have it saved in the refrigerator for potato salad. It'll keep for weeks. And you could do this on chicken, and really you can use it for a dip on vegetables. So
well, that already sounds really delicious and really easy. It
starts with, I have all my little things written down here so I don't
that's
forget.
a great idea.
And I'm going to have you guys kind of follow along. White vinegar, 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, okay? And then to that, it's onion juice. I know that sounds weird, but it's 1.5 teaspoons of onion juice. What we do is slice onions, put them in a little bit of water with some sugar and let them sit. And you can take the juice from that. But you could actually take sliced onion and actually squeeze them in cheesecloth and get the juices out of them too.
Onion juice.
Yep. You might want to let it sit out on the counter, roll it around a little bit.
Well, that's how you make strawberries and sugar makes the juice.
Yep.
Any of those fruits. So that's just onions in a little cold water and it makes an onion juice.
Maybe you can put a little salt or sugar, like you're pickling them almost.
That's probably much better than using like an onion powder.
Oh yeah.
Much fresher.
Oh yeah, you'll get a fresher flavor from it.
Well, I learned something new today.
And then you can take those onions that you have in the water and the sugar and the salt and use them on salads because red onion or any onion that you do that to is going to get sweeter if you do that.
Oh, gets sweeter.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
Very
Not so bitey. Okay, so then to that, where do we want to go? We want to go with about a teaspoon and a half of sugar. Okay. This is mustard powder.
Mustard powder.
Ground mustard. So this is also, about 1/4 of a teaspoon.
Right, so the blending so far is the vinegar, the onion juice, then the sugar, and then the mustard. So all of it kind of complements each other. They each have very unique flavors, and you're creating a balance.
Exactly. And then we're going to do a teaspoon and a half of lemon juice.
Now that's the way to measure. I get that.
I know. I don't measure anything, really.
No, every cook does this. Yeah, that
I'm
looks
only
right.
doing this for the benefit of our viewers today.
That looks good.
Usually I just throw things together and, good things in, good things out kind of happens. And you can always adjust your flavors. You always want to taste everything you make. I did this salad for a catering event earlier, and it just needed a little touch of mayonnaise because I had a little too much vinegar in there, and I could feel it. And you just,
And look at what you just said. You could feel it, and that's true. It
bites back
right there. It does.
So we're just going to whisk what we have together just a little bit, and then to this I am adding some Dijon mustard, and we're going to do a 1.5 teaspoon of Dijon mustard.
So you're using the 2 different kinds of mustard. Now, Dijon mustard, what's the difference between that?
Well, the Dijon mustard you're going to really taste. The powder is kind of more of a warmth. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does.
It does. You don't really taste it like you do the Dijon, but it gives it a little velvety texture too. And then this is a cup of mayonnaise.
Well, That just makes it great. That's like adding bacon to everything.
Yeah,
Mayonnaise makes everything good.
And you can use, your own version of that, a low fat. And I would imagine you could do this with a yogurt, with like a plain yogurt as well.
But I'm guessing
if you were being real healthy,
whole fat mayonnaise probably gives you the flavor that you're looking for.
Yep.
It's not like you're eating a whole cup of mayonnaise.
No, not at all.
And the unique thing about mayonnaise is it's good in the warm weather.
Right.
It holds better than salad dressings and other things. So you're less likely to kill off your patrons this way. So that's good.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And then to this we add 1 chopped hard-boiled egg and parsley. Lots
and why
of parsley.
the egg actually in the dressing? I see you have egg on the salad.
Well, I have egg on the salad as a garnish, but egg in the dressing for creaminess.
Ah. I just saw a cake on Martha Stewart that was made, and they blended egg yolks, cooked egg yolks, and put it in the cake, and that was what made the cake so moist and chocolatey.
Yeah.
Hard to imagine, but I would guess that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the yolks are very creamy, and they do, everything blends so nicely.
So I'm going to taste this.
And I see there's no salt in there, so you're just getting the salt from the mayonnaise.
Right. You could salt and pepper it if you wanted to.
Right. But it's not necessary. There's enough flavors in there. And that's what you were saying is when you make a dressing like this at home, you don't necessarily have to use salt and too much sugar.
No. You could back off on the sugar a little bit.
The hell with this, give me a spoon.
I know, it's you got tang, you've got creaminess.
It's perfect.
If you wanted to thin it out a little bit, you could add even a touch of half and half, just to get it a little...
get the creamy.
Yep.
Because that's Maurice salad. It was always that kind of creamy
Yeah, so
dressing.
a true Maurice salad, they would take the cheese and the meat, and they would fold it into the dressing. Then they would put it on top of the greens, and these are sweet gherkins, and these are stuffed olives. So you could add tomato, cucumber, anything you wanted.
So they actually use the meat and the cheese in the dressing because that then you could cut and get everything you wanted in one
Absolutely.
bite.
This I just left on the side for some folks to try, but yeah, you could definitely blend it all together before your guests got there.
Right.
Again, you can use this on potatoes for potato salad.
Oh, that would be delicious.
You could dip chicken into it.
That would be a great dressing for potato salad.
Yeah.
You could
Very
also
versatile.
do your pasta salads
Absolutely.
would be good with that too, and you'd slice a little chicken in there and you'd have a whole meal.
Absolutely.
That's delicious. So
Glad
do you
like
serve
it.
this at the restaurant?
I do for catering mostly. It is not on the menu, but we run lots of specials. So that's something that we could also
might
put on
accidentally
special.
find
Yeah,
it there.
exactly.
That's good to know.
You
So-
always run into different stuff.
The big question right now is, can I drive over to Harsens Island and hope that I get back?
Oh, absolutely.
So tell us about the water level.
Absolutely. So the water levels are at a high right now. They're obviously the lakes and the rivers and swamps around here all run on a cycle of high and low water. And right now we're at a high level. The ferry just put a new ramp in for or a dock for the ferry, so getting on and off of the ferry is a lot easier than it was maybe a couple weeks or a month ago.
That's good to know.
So yeah, coming over is a breeze, and leaving
things are open.
Everything's open. Roads are passable. I think there's one road on the island that's not, but that's central and in the swampier
and I'm
area.
sure it's marked. And
Everything's marked. Yeah, we're all up and running, and hope you come over and see it. Check us out. It's a sight to see. It's funny, we see aerial views of the island, and it's a lot of water and these little specks of houses, and you think, how do we do this? But everybody comes together as a community, has helped each other to sandbag and get things prepared, and so far everybody's doing all right.
well, there's been people who have lived on Harsens Island for generations, and
Sure.
it's hard sometimes to even get a home on Harsens Island because they're kept in the families.
Right.
So you were telling me that the restaurant has been there, and you just celebrated an anniversary.
10 years at the Schoolhouse. May 9th marked our 10-year anniversary there, so yeah, we're pretty proud of that.
And how long have you actually been working on the island?
We had a place before that, so I've been on the island for about 15 years now.
So you've seen it when waters have been high before. I mean, I was there maybe a year ago, and on some of the more interior roads, it was very swampy still.
Yeah.
So I imagine people, as you say, are used to this. But there was lately some news that they were going to evacuate the whole island. So let's clear that up.
Yeah, no, they have not done that. I don't see that in the foreseeable future. We're all holding our own and doing really well. And like I said, it's a testament to that community that everybody comes out and helps each other. And that's what's happened. And people are prepared and ready. And we're just kind of going with the flow, and I don't mean to throw a pun in there or anything, but that's about the gist of it.
And all of Harsens Island activities that are regularly scheduled in the summer, they're still on.
Everything is still on.
So
Everything
people
is
can
still
plan
going.
on going there. And in fact, I mentioned this the last time you were on, but if you live in this area and you've never been to Harsens Island, you're missing something, because Harsens Island has been there many, many years.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't mention it last time, but at one time Harsens Island was called Cartwright Island.
Oh, yeah.
Many years ago, and that's my husband's family.
Awesome.
And through Ancestry.com, we saw where his family came and lived on Harsens Island. The rumor is that they lost it in a gambling debt, but I don't know if that's true.
I would not be surprised at all, because those kind of things happen on Harsens Island.
That's right. It has its own kind of culture and everything about it.
Absolutely. And there's a great history museum there.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, right in downtown Sans Souci. So you can come down and check the history museum out and get a real feel for the island.
Well, that would be worth the trip right there. So to go there, travel around. If you bring your bicycles, you can get off and bike your way around.
Absolutely.
It's a perfect place because it's flat.
Yep.
And then you can make your way around. There's lots and lots of charming homes, and in fact, you're in the process. You said of actually building a home.
We're building
to live
one
there.
right now. Yep, right on the property that the restaurant is on.
Oh, that's nice.
So we've got quite a bit of property there, so it worked out really well for us.
And it's going to be high up, I hear.
And it's high up. It's high enough so far.
Well, that's
so
just
far,
wonderful.
so good.
So go to Harsens Island, go eat, and what days are you open?
We're open Wednesday through Sunday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 11 a.m. till 9 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. till 9 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. until 2 p.m.
So most of the week you can get lunch and dinner, but on the weekends you can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Absolutely.
And we talked about this before too, but I think it's important to remember, if you go online, you might be able to find some places that you can stay on Harsens Island. Homes are rented.
Yes.
I'm sure they have, vacation, BRB,
yes, absolutely.
things like that, so that you could actually stay there and pretend that you live there for a few days.
Yeah, get a little
ride your
island
bike
life.
over to the Schoolhouse.
Yes, do.
And have a lovely dinner and a lovely cocktail, because they do have cocktails, really nice ones
Yeah,
there.
we're going to bring Ashley, the bartender, next time, make some cocktails next time.
Oh, I want to do that one.
So make sure you're here.
That would be fun. This all looks delicious, and having eaten there, I know the food is good.
Thank you.
The community is absolutely good. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having
coming
us.
again. We're going to take a quick break right now, and we're going to hear from Dr. Bachelador, please.
I'm Dr. Lee Bachelador, Chief Medical Officer for Ascension River District Hospital. I'm speaking to you on behalf of the hundreds of outstanding physicians, associates, and volunteers who provide personalized, compassionate, high-quality health care at our beautiful hospital on South River Road. We've been proudly serving this community for more than 50 years. Even more important, we plan to continue serving this community for a long time to come. Always remember that we are here when you need us, 24 hours a day, right here, right now, today, and in the future.
Welcome back. Thank you, Dr. Bachelador. Our guests today are from the St. Clair Chamber of Commerce. And this is Brian Ulatowski, who is the president of the chamber, and this is Kathy Niemer-Kaiser, who is the administrator of the St. Clair Chamber. And some of you might remember that I used to be the administrator. Well, originally Kathy trained me. And then when I retired, once again, Kathy took back over. And so she's been the administrator now since about December, March. And they're here today to talk about some of the things that the chamber does. But most importantly, the first thing that's coming up is what everybody's talking about, and that's the Beer and Wine Fest. And so tell us about that.
Yes, that's going to be on June 22nd this year from 4:30 to 11 p.m. On that Saturday. It's run a little bit different than it has in the past. So we're having two bands, an 80s band and also a band that does all different types of music. So I think it's going to be very exciting, and it gives the shops a chance to stay open and hopefully get some business through it.
And people will be all liquored up, and so isn't that a great time?
And that's
to
when
go
they spend the
shopping?
most amount of money.
Yeah, that's just great. I'm going to leave my pocketbook at home because this year I'm going as a guest.
Good.
And I'm so excited. I got my tickets as soon as they were released, and I can't wait to go because the Beer and Wine Festival, first of all, it's a wonderful opportunity to taste the different things that there are out there in the beers and wines, and they do such a good job of putting all those out there. But why starting so much earlier? What was the thinking?
We're just trying to get everyone to come down, see St. Clair, and have an opportunity for the businesses that are now down there in the plaza to be open and to participate with us.
Oh,
so we're
good.
just trying things a little different.
So, and if you have a 9 o'clock bedtime, like
You
some
can get
people
there
I know.
early. You're not pointing to me, are you?
No, I was pointing this direction, but I'm just thinking that for age groups, it really opens it up a little bit for people who might not want to be out late at night.
Correct.
And also it opens up for young people who might want to be out later at night. So are the bands going to play interchangeably, or will one play first and one play
One's
second?
going to play first. We're not sure the order yet. So they'll take the intermission for about a half an hour. We'll have a DJ, I believe, at that time. So then you can come back to see both of them.
Well, that just sounds wonderful. And are they going to have something to eat there?
Yes, we have 4 local vendors. We have Black and Blue, Pizza Hut, Drifters, and Warwater are going to be the 4
wonderful.
vendors that are down there.
Oh, so Warwater has somebody new cooking in there, and that person is going to.
Yep.
Oh, that's wonderful. So that's plenty of food for people,
Yep.
because people want to have something to eat while this is all going on. That's good. You know, somebody asked me a question, and I don't know if you know the answer to this, but
I hope so.
I'm not trying to trick you.
I hope so.
But they were wondering if they could bring their lawn chair to sit up on the edge of the grass. Is that
Now,
possible?
you know what? I don't know, but we'll find out for you.
That would be a good thing to know, because I think people are wondering if they can find some place to sit. You know, it might be.
We'll get back to you on that
Yeah,
one.
that would be good, because I like to know that, so I
So
can
you
bring
can
my
bring your lawn
chair.
chair. Yeah, that's what I figured.
Bring my lawn chair. 'Cause I can't go use the chair from the office anymore. I need the lawn chair. But that's all sounds really wonderful. And usually when I did this, I managed to have a full moon. Are you looking at that at all?
We're trying to charm it out there like you did, but I don't know if we're going to be able to.
Well, all we really need is for it to be moderately warm.
That's all we're looking for.
Because we have had it where it's rained, and people, it's not rained too much, and it's just fine that way. As long as it's relatively warm, that should be good. But I've seen it now all these last few years, and everybody always has a wonderful time.
Yes.
It's a great opportunity, and to see people from St. Clair all down there in the middle, and everybody dancing, it's just so exciting and fun. I can't wait to see
It's
it
going
this
to be
year.
a
That's
great
wonderful.
time.
But that's really just kicking off the whole season of everything.
Correct.
That goes on. So there are other activities.
Yep. In September, on the 26th, right here in Neiman's parking lot, we have the 2nd annual parking lot party, where we're having all of some vendors from this side have their food out there.
Oh, that's
Once
wonderful.
again, Black and Blue, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and Neiman's also. We'll have that there. So
And it's right here in the parking lot.
Right here in the parking lot. We'll have more details to come for that when we do have some time.
Does it cost anything to go in?
It doesn't cost anything to go in, but it does cost for the tickets, so you can purchase drinks and also the food at each venue.
And I remember last year it was all moderately priced, so you could go in and have plenty to eat, and it was just fun. It was like the whole town met up here.
Correct.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. So those are nice varieties of activities, but I know you have some more that are even more unusual than
The
that.
other thing that we're doing again this year is the 3rd annual Halloween Weekends event. October 24th, 25th, 26th. On the 24th, it starts down in the plaza with the tots, going from store to store, trick-or-treating. And then on that Thursday, we're doing a parade. And then we also do the movie in the plaza that night. And then on Friday, we do horse and carriage.
What about house decorating? You do that this year?
Yep, we're doing that this year. Once again, and the winners get $250 for that. So that's that event. And I believe the last event, Kathy?
I'm sorry.
Christmas tree stroll.
Christmas tree stroll.
There's the other
I was
one.
going to tell
I
you.
thought you meant part of the Halloween weekend.
No, I couldn't think of the Christmas tree stroll. Is where we get. We had last year about 50 different local businesses donate gifts, wreaths, or baskets, and put them into different stores. And you walked around for a raffle for $2 a ticket. Put it in there, and you hope you win at the end.
Yeah, I didn't win this last year.
You didn't
and
bet it. You
so
didn't give us enough this time.
I'm going to bet twice as many this time. But my daughter-in-law won the kayaks.
The kayaks, yeah.
And they've just been waiting for the weather to warm up a little bit so they can use those kayaks. They were wonderful gifts. I don't
Yes.
think people understand the level of gifts that there are that you're bidding on. And
Right.
Plus, it's just fun. It's
Yes.
just fun, and it's fun to go to all the different places where everything is set out, and that's a wonderful activity. And again, the chamber is looking to showcase the businesses and
Correct.
the people who support. I'd like to ask Kathy a couple questions. First of all, Kathy, can you talk about the new life rings that are down by the
The
river?
life rings have been put along the boardwalk and along the Pine River. We saw a need for safety, especially with as many people as we expect to be coming to the city that don't really understand the river. Because the current's quite strong there, and there was nothing. If someone fell out of a boat or fell off the boardwalk,
Or thought they could swim.
or thought they could swim,
Yeah.
there was nothing to help from the shore. You had to rely on a boater going by really to help you if you got caught in that current. So there are 21 of them placed along the boardwalk and along the Pine River, and they've been received quite nicely. They were all sponsored by local businesses and local people.
In fact, as I remember, you ran out of life rings before you ran out of sponsors, which says a tremendous amount about the businesses.
It
and
took
the
less
support
than
here.
2 weeks to have those sponsorships done, and it was just a wonderful response. So I think everyone saw the need, and we're hoping we never have to use them.
Absolutely. And they can just sit there and look pretty.
That's right.
But I think that's really true. I don't think I've ever gone to this community and asked for something that we haven't really gotten, and I think that speaks volumes about everything about this community. The other aspect of the chamber that I'd like you to mention is maybe our diversity, because some chambers have only one kind of business in their chamber membership, but I don't think that's true for us.
Our membership spans everything. We have a lot of single proprietors. We've got some large businesses. We've got some individuals who don't have a business but just choose to be a member of the chamber. It's open to everyone. You can call the office if you want more information on joining the chamber at 329-2962, and you can talk to me, my husband, who I share your old job with, Matt, or Kenny, who is our volunteer. And we'll be happy to give you more information on joining.
And the chamber is open 6 days a week, so
it's open every day but Monday.
You can always find your way down there because you have one late night on Thursday, I believe, and then Saturdays and Sundays it's open too. So the chamber has been made really accessible to the community. And for membership, we have many churches that are members.
Yes.
We have lots of nonprofits. I'm still a member of the chamber, even though I don't work there anymore, through my church, the First Congregational Church, and through the Women's League and the Garden Club. There are so many ways that the community has come together, and that way it really is a community activity. So if you haven't joined the chamber yet, shame on you. And you need to join the chamber, and it's very easy. And I should point out too, as I remember, the prices aren't very high.
No.
They're very moderate prices to actually be a part of this organization. And then you get to be a part of the networking opportunities. And I can't say enough about networking, having stood on the outside and watched how many people come to the meetings and then exchange their cards. And this chamber absolutely participates by going to other chamber members. Very much so.
We do. And we get to know each other at the networking meetings and have new people coming in all the time. Once you get to know the owner of a business or someone who works at a business, you're more likely to call them when you need something.
That is absolutely true. So you don't want to be left out of that. You got to get down there and join, and say the number one more time, Kathy.
329-2962.
And we also have a website.
We have a website, stclairchambermi.com, and the email is stclairchambermi@gmail.com.
So there's lots of ways to do. There's no excuse whatsoever for not being a member. I had more fun when I worked with the chamber, but I've also had a lot of fun just being a member of the chamber and getting to know lots of people. It costs me money because I go shop at all of those places.
And thank you.
But
Thank you.
it's a social engagement every time I do. So I really want to encourage people to consider that and go by and see Matt and Kathy and Kenny. And Brian, by the way, is the owner of Wellington Financial. He's right behind the plaza, so you can stop in and see him too.
Please do.
So wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Well, we're going to come back next week with another guest, and I hope you'll join us then.
You've been watching At the Market from Neiman's Family Market in St. Clair. At the Market is brought to you by Ascension River District Hospital and CTV Community Television for Marine City and St. Clair. Join us again soon for another At the Market.